Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort. Thank you so much for coming back. Today we're getting into my favorite recipe, my favorite food, and my famous coconut rice with catfish. Alright, so here we have some of the items that we're going to be using today. Half of a red bell pepper, 2 whole onions, 4 habanero peppers, about medium sized. To season, we're using chicken flavor seasoning. If you have Maggi cubes and you prefer that, you're more than welcome to use that. We're going to use onion powder. We're also going to be using salt and grounded crayfish. You can have the whole one and grind it yourself. And also we're going to be using Cameroon pepper. We're going to use that to season our fish as well when we cook the catfish. Some canola oil is what I used, but any vegetable oil is fine. We're also gonna need 2 cans of Savoy coconut cream. So I have here some catfish. We have rice. I used about 5 cups of rice for this recipe. This dish that I'm making will feed about 5 grown men, honestly, or 4 grown men that eat a lot. All right, so first we're gonna wash the rice, and we're gonna wash that rice until it's almost clear. Then we're gonna go ahead and put that on the stove. Next, we're gonna move on to season and start boiling our fish. We're gonna season with 2 tablespoons of the chicken flavor. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of Cameroon pepper and also 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Then we're going to add about 1.5 cups of water and put that on the stove and let it cook. Okay, so now we're going to blend our ingredients. So these are our bell peppers. We're going to go ahead and toss that in the blender. I showed you earlier I'm using the NutriBullet. Put our onions in, and I put half of an onion and 4 habanero peppers. Now we're gonna go fill the water up halfway so we don't have too much water, and then go ahead and blend that, blend. Blend is blending, blend is blending, is finished. All right, now we already put our fish on the stove and watching that cook. It's almost done. We're parboiling our rice. That's about done. So I finished that, and I went ahead and sifted, pour that into a strainer, and I'm just getting all of that out in there to rinse that out. Next, we're gonna turn our fish a little bit to see if it's fully cooked. It's about done. And then we are gonna go ahead and transfer that into a sifter as well, but we're gonna save the juice that we used to cook that fish in, because we're gonna put that in the coconut rice and the coconut milk water that we're gonna use. So I'm gonna save that water. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up those cans. And I went ahead and added about 1 cup of vegetable oil and added my half of an onion, and I sliced it. I didn't need to dice it, I just sliced it and went ahead and added it in there and let that cook around. You can make this without using oil, but I prefer oil because I feel like it pulls the taste together. Go ahead and turn that. Make sure it cooks to like about halfway done. Let it sizzle a little bit for about a minute. Then I added my blended ingredients into that, and I mixed that together. Go ahead and let that simmer. Let that sizzling spirit. I'm gonna add that water that we saved from boiling our catfish. We're gonna go ahead and add that and then mix that up and let it cook a little bit for about a minute. A minute and a half. Okay, now we're gonna add our coconut milk. I'm gonna add both cans and we're gonna mix that up as well. A lot of mixing, just make sure everything is evenly distributed. Mix that up with the spoon. And I'm using, I wanna say about 2 cups of crayfish at first. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more throughout. And we're gonna go ahead and also add let's say 2 tablespoons of the chicken flavor and mix that up. Mix that up as well. We're gonna also add that onion powder. And you can just kind of gauge it. I just like to go once through the whole pot with the onion powder. We don't need too much of that. And then let that cook for about 5 minutes. And sorry, the camera died, but I did add the rice that we parboiled. Went ahead and added that, and I just mixed it gently. So I mixed it gently and I let that cook for about 5 minutes while I stirred it. And when I saw that the rice wasn't quite done, I went ahead and added some water to the cup that I blended my ingredients in, and I added that back and mixed it up and seasoned a little bit as I went. So I added another tablespoon of the chicken flavor and another tablespoon of the crayfish. And then I checked the rice, and the rice was soft like I like it. So basically the rice is done now. And I went ahead and added my catfish. Now when you add the catfish, you place it, then you lift the rice on top. Place it, lift the rice on top. You don't just put it in there and then turn it like a mad person, because it's gonna tear up the catfish.
Brown beans.
So now I'm gonna add my onions. I sliced the whole onion and went ahead and added that in there. I think I only ended up using half of the onion, but I did slice it in round pieces. And then I added a little, like about a tablespoon of crayfish to the top of that, just to pull that back in. I like a lot of crayfish in my coconut rice. I feel like that makes the difference. And it gives a lot of color and flavor. And I add a teaspoon of salt. And then let that cook. And keep turning it, because this is milk, so it can burn. But now we're done. And that is my famous coconut rice and catfish recipe. This is so delicious. Do y'all see this? Come on, tell me it's not your favorite. Tell me it's not your favorite. I know, you don't have to tell me. I know the truth, I know it. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you want more cooking videos, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.